I decided I'd go ahead and share some streaming from Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age here. I just finished the Still Shrine of Miriam, and I'm on my way back to Mount Paramus, whatever like. Some of these names are weird, but it's a great game. It was my favorite game on the PlayStation 2, beating out all others by a long shot. And something I discovered about this game a long time ago, the game pretty much plays itself. You can set your gambits up and then leave the room. And I've actually done this on the PlayStation 2, started a new game and got it up to where the point where you have 3 members of the party all at once. Then I just set the gambits up, turned the game on, set the gambits up, put them out in the middle of the desert. Came back at the end of the weekend after my little trip to a state park, and lo and behold, I had 399 level 99 characters. I didn't even do anything. But they were at the point in the game where it was pretty close to the beginning of the game. So there I am running around with all these easy kill monsters, basically. And the game became pretty much a walkthrough. The only thing I don't like about it is these mini maps up in the corner. Sometimes they seem to be backwards. So then you do that and you can see where you're going. And this is my second time going through this game. I discovered early on that you can't go through the game, you can't beat the game unless you have at least 2 archers in the party. Because of stuff like this. What I got going on here is I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I got the party I'm using now, of course, is Bosch, Ash, and Pinello. And for some reason it always works out to be those 3. Because I always take the highest. As they get reintroduced into the party, I'll pick the highest level to go by and chuck the lower levels. So hence Bond, Balthier, and Fran, they don't get to play. I don't want them to play, so I'm going to take my ball and go home. Bosch is a knight archer, Ash is a knight archer, and I differentiate them because they're the same but not the same. Bosch is at the point now where he's going to specialize in the 2-handed swords, the great swords, and Ash will stick with the 1-handed swords. And of course, once they hit like level 50 or 60, their license boards will be pretty much filled up. That's the only drawback to this game, folks. Well, that chicken ran. Oh, it's coming back. Get them experience points. Now, the only trouble with the way I'm doing the swords is that there are no great swords to be had at this point in the game. I don't think they're available until you get to the Fawn Coast, whatever. Phone Coast. Gonna make a phone call. Okay, I'm going the right direction. Why do I want to go? Oh, that's the one. I don't like that about this map that you bring up. And of course, it's habitual with me. Every time I come up on a save crystal, I'll save game. I learned my lesson many years ago when I had the PlayStation 2 version of this game. I learned my lesson many years ago to save game every time you get a chance to. Because if you're sitting here playing and you don't save game and lightning strikes a power pole and your power goes out, well, you've got to do part of the game over again from your last save. Now, this game takes care of that, this version of the game rather, because it auto saves at certain points. So if the power goes out, it won't start up from the last place that I manually saved. It'll start up from the last auto save, which seems to be pretty... Whoa, what was that? Oh, okay. It was onion arrows. I thought it said long arrows. What? No such thing. All arrows are long. They're about like this. I don't cast any magic. I don't know why I'm going into that treasure thing up there. It's gonna be poop hut. I figured it'd be something I can't use anymore. There's no need for it. I've got Libra, which frees up a slot to put another accessory. Oh, well, I'm gonna do it on purpose. Bam! And of course, once I get the float spell, I'll never have to worry about traps again. I don't have to worry about going around them. Set that gambit up. The party members will always float. Now, I don't know what the final battle with Vane is going to be like in this version of the game. I'm only familiar with how I beat it on the PlayStation 2. There's some parts of the game that are identical to the PlayStation 2 and some that are not. And I'm not talking about the license boards or anything. I'm talking about what creatures are where. When I got on board the ship that Vane is at, I noticed there was a lot heavier resistance on this version than there was on the PlayStation 2 version. I mean, I had my characters up to like about level 40 and went on board the ship, and I should have raised the characters up in level higher than 40, but I didn't. And before we even got to the part where we fight the boss's brother, I was so depleted I couldn't go on anymore. All right, let's... I'll sell that Sageman. I don't think so. Oh, long bolts, okay. It's okay, I'll keep him. Yeah, I'll sell the useless stuff like cure motes and bubble motes and elixirs. I don't need them. Yeah, right. Oh boy, you bizarre goods. So, and these merchants have different stuff before you go to the Still Shrine than they do after you come back from it. And they didn't go anywhere. There was no caravan. So where'd they get their stuff? Come on, let's keep some realism going there. Yeah, realism in a game that's about fantasy. Oh, wow. Yes, I'm going to equip my purchases now. Okay. 29, 35, 55. I don't know. I ain't selling that, no. Might as well. No. Save that game. Get this game saved. I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to save game. Oh no! They've been here. The promenade. Is that a hunter's board? No. Oh, okay, I know what the hunter's board is now. Now where the chocobos are. That's what I ought to do, go on a hunt. Come on, let's go get rid of Judge Bergen. One of the things that's kind of a downer about this game is their outfits don't change. You can buy all good armor, but you never see it. Because the outfits don't change on them. Well, let's see if the Grand Kilties will still give us his blessing. No, he's dead.
Ah, our vagrant princess. Swift has your lust for revenge led you to the Sword of Kings.
No!
You will surrender it to me. Too late, and to their sorrow do those who misplace their trust in gods learn their fate.
There it is again. Fran, I don't like the look of that.
This mist.
Neither
It
do
holds a
I.
stone. It
It's not
controls
an
sensitive
NAP.
men.
No, the power of manufactured nethicite is the power of man. A weapon forged by his wisdom, who would challenge the gods themselves. A fitting blade for a true
You know,
dynast
for all you
king.
people that play this game, do you ever get the
Griswold did
idea
but
that the
pretend the
game
title,
creators were
a
like, you know,
cur begging
aliens?
nethicite scraps from his master's table. Hark! Evilise hails her true dynast king, Vain Solidor. He shall defy the will of the gods and see the reins of history back in the hands of man.
Yeah, blah,
His
blah,
time
blah, blah.
is
Bring it
nigh. The new Evilise holds no place for the name-down masker. The
Resistance is
stain
not
of
only
Wraithwall's
futile,
blood shall
but a rather
be washed
boring
clean from
game,
history's
for instance.
weave.
I bought the game, Resistance, I think it was the second one. Did not like it. Oh, I won't even have to do a quickening on this one. What the heck? Might as well do that quickening.
I must endure.
Now I got one of the things that Christians talk about is how demonic games like this are. Well, let me bring something up to you Christians.
I got it.
The game always, all games, have the player pitted up against the bad guy. The bad guys are invariably evil.
I got it.
The good guys are invariably good. So what is so demonic about destroying evil?
I got it.
I've been a Christian 50 years, 50 some years. And I don't see their point. That should be enough, but I'm going to keep welting with it. Captain Overboard, that's me. Seven more minutes.
I must endure.
Oh yeah, he's beyond healing now. This will be enough to bring him to his knees and finish him off. But I'm going to keep hitting him. Just on the off chance that the game will suffer a glitch. I'll get to see him explode with all his innards coming out. It never happens. I want to see guts. Blood and guts. You never see it. None of these games. 13 hits, not bad. Now, I know one thing based on the PlayStation 2 game. If you don't have at least 6 mega elixirs, you can't beat Raves. It cannot be beaten unless you've got a way to recharge your quickening at least twice. If you can't do that, you can't beat it. Not to mention the fact that you have to you gotta have a lot of ethers, however they're pronounced, when you go up in there too, because your MP is going to be reduced pretty quick on healing and raising and stuff. Oh, come on, I know I had to kill them other judges. The only drawback to that was you get no experience points or mana points whatsoever for defeating a boss in a boss battle.
He said his bones about with manufactured anthracite.
Except
The Grand Countess.
Wait,
And you don't
what
even
about
get that
Martha?
with this one.
Gone, spirited away by Judge Gabrant.
Inconsistency. Why didn't they kill this guy?
So he was here. As for a young lordling, he went along.
Yoda,
To avoid
knock it
trouble, you
off.
see, but Judge
Mommy's
Bergen had
singing and
other
I'm
ideas.
broadcasting.
He flew into a rage and I was left to fend for myself.
Yoda!
Please, princess, you must permit me to take you back with me to Rosaria.
So that you can protect me?
I would lay down my life, at a single word to be sure, but I harbor no mundane delusions of valiant grandeur. Vane has our war pavilion jumping at shadows. They favor a preemptive strike, but you will convince them otherwise. You will see that they do not start this war.
This I cannot do. Forgive me, but my errand here is not yet done. I must wield the Sword of Kings, and with it bring an end to the Dusk Shard.
This stone, do you even know what it is?
I can venture a guess. The Dracula Laboratory in Arcades. The Empire's weapons research begins and ends there.
He guessed wrong.
How soon will we leave?
At once. As for matters in Rosaria, I
You
bid you
know,
luck.
you never do get the Dusk Shard in this game, ever.
So you would leave
never
each
get
to
it.
fend for his own. Let us hope that you are not disappointed. That's right. Larsa left a message.
But make sure you have
The differences between our two
6
lands will
megaliters.
fade before the shared dream of men.
and maybe a couple of dozen X potions.
My leave, I take.
And have your gambit set up when you walk up on Vane, just battle him normally. Don't use a quickening on him at first. Just fight him. You'd be able to relatively
as we reach
easily knock
Arcades.
him down. But then he sort of regenerates into something else.
Arcadia's borders will be well guarded for fear of Rosarian invasion. We dare not approach by air.
And their navy will see that the coast is watched as well.
No, we go
We
afoot.
go afoot. We'll cross into Arcadia in the Salika Wood.
Ah, Salika Wood. I thought it was Salika Wood.
We can reach the wood any number of ways, but the easiest is to head north from Nalbina.
Nalbina, huh? Thought it was Nalbina.
There's a hunter's camp just beyond the Salika Wood. The camp sits within Arcadia's borders, so Imperial patrols there should be sparse.
Getting that far should be half the fun. Let's be sure we go prepared.
Yep. Well, that's about it for today, kids. Until next time.